yes. ScrAp TV, truck prep, and things you need to do. Right? ScrAp TV, recycling. Little music there, you see that? Feel the witch. Did exactly that. Did what I said I was going to do. Showed up again. Back on set. Back on the scene. Gets much thicker. Let's do this. Woo. We hold it down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And it was almost exhaustion. Things you need to do. Things I was going to do. Rain comes. Rains on your head. And then you gotta make the adjustments. And, things gotta get right. Things have to be right. You gotta make them right. Things you gotta do. List, and itemize the list, and execute each bullet point. Yes. Yes, yes. My girl say yes. See what I got here. Okay. Yeah. Just a thing, so you get your list. Get your list. Trying to air this tire. I'll be stuck. You gotta air the tire before you can start things you have to do. Things you need to do. You need to know what needs to be done. So the whole day is efficient. You can smile at the end of the day if you've done everything you said you're gonna do. Part of the accountability. Yeah. The topic is definitely about list. Things you need to do. You can have them in your head, but it's best to have them written down. See, I had 4 notebooks going, almost 3 pages wide, just I'm doing it with a Sharpie. So 3 pages wide, and I'm putting things that I need to do, things that have to be done, things that sometimes the order of the things I want to do. I look over and try to see what all I did before, and then try to catch up, try to go faster. So we turn the lights on in just a second. Yeah. Agua. Not good food though. Write this up. Need to rest good. Need to drink water, and hopefully have, juice or tea or some coffee. These are things you have to do. Um, so yeah, that goes with eating and drinking. Your body is definitely wanting nutrition. You awaken. Being that I'm like, I feel positive about some of the German culture. Well, you can say that it's not just Germany. It's other countries, it's overseas that have different eating habits, drinking. Uh, Drinking is a hobby there. And eating, the European type thing. So I'm saying European. I'm gonna put Germany in there, right? That's what they are. They are in there. It's the European. It's more of a culturistic thing. If you ever heard somebody eating a big breakfast, dinner. Is it dinner? Eating dinner at breakfast. That way your body can work off the food. If you got a lot of jobs and stuff like I gotta do, I got work to do. So I gotta have something in me that feels hearty, kind of grabs me. It's a reason, I get so much done. I'm working that much harder, so I definitely need protein and fiber. Get some starch, a little bit of cholesterol, but not too much. But not too much sugar. I'm gonna burn out, so I eat a lot of sugar in moderation now. So yeah. So we got the reason breaking the, body breaking down food as you go in the day. Okay, I noticed they also drink. I'm not saying everybody. Said culture or country is all drinking, but it's even viewed as a healthy drink in the islands like Jamaica and such. In Africa, Guinness is not looked at. Guinness stout beer is not looked at as beer. It's just, it doesn't taste like beer. But Guinness stout is definitely thick type of beer. So now we're talking about beer, right? Some people think Heineken is becomes part of your daily routine. So and also let's go toward the Asia side of the game overseas. When you say Asians, right? Not Oriental. Man, people still saying that. It's Oriental man. It's Oriental gal. It's Oriental crew. It's Oriental. A lot of people have stopped. I think that term got buried. But now we know what Oriental means. And it's not Asian people. But in Asia and Asian people, some companies owned by Asian people, but they've got their things set up. I heard this was in Japan. When Japan was making so much stuff, could have been China, I'm not sure. Korea, I'm not sure who it is. But back in the day, making all that stuff, they would have like a mandatory nap in the middle of the work session. If you work a block of hours, and you take a nap. They'd have a room where you can take a nap. And you sleep for like 45 minutes to an hour, where, and then you come back to work, and you work another 4 or 5 hours, or 6 hours, 8 hours. But that's so they get the most productivity out of you. Don't know if that was government mandated or that's just the practice that the company did. Because that company was doing, there's a couple of companies that were doing real good with the productivity. They were pushing the product, getting it done, assembly line, whatever it was. Even the robot things, they had help. But the people had to take a nap for stamina. And that's why you would work a split shift. Yeah, this is ScrAp TV. I'm deSz'e, and definitely we are talking about things you have to do. A list. It's a thing that you need to do. And if you don't do it, you're in trouble. So, things that you can do to be more efficient, more productive. So I look at overseas and I think about that. I think about eating breakfast at night as well. Same thing. It's the same difference. Vice versa. Where you eat light. You eat pancakes and hash browns. I like my hash brown double covered and smothered at Waffle House. IHOP, the Dunstons, the Stokies, the Shoney's, the Bucky's, the Hardee's. It's a whole bunch of breakfast places that's open at night still. Waffle House. Even you can put, I think you can put Dairy Queen in that sense, Whataburger in that sense. If it's on a freeway, these are my little FYI tools. If it's on a freeway, the Dairy Queen that's on the freeway, on a major freeway or any freeway, that Dairy Queen is definitely top notch. I do the same with Whataburger. You're talking about just fresh goods and they're open 24 hours, next to a truck stop or something, or in the truck stop, or part of the parking lot, or maybe 2 doors down. So yeah, the stuff that seems to be for the truck drivers, it just seems to be a better situation, better food choice, because truck drivers gotta have, they gotta stay alert, they gotta eat healthy, and they're like athletes too. They're some of our biggest athletes right now, being that they got to get those orders where they got to get them to. And they have destination things they have to do for the world to keep working, especially in America. Those whatever's in those boxes have to be delivered. Or those widgets, they got to be delivered. Those buns and hamburger meat patties and onions and celery and all of that has to be shipped. So to fund or fulfill the infrastructure of commerce and trade, we're talking about even returns going to have to go back on the truck if they're not, It's not something you can dispose of there at your store, or at your restaurant, or at your fast food place, or at your business, your club, your sports bar. Any of that stuff can be like a 24-hour thing where you would eat light at night and eat heavy in the morning. The morning that you work, or whatever you call morning. You got people that work the night shift. For years, they are night shift, and they're not vampire people. They're actually, and that lands right there on the note. That's why I'm liking having three. I'm like a multitasking type of thinker. I like having these three notebooks open, and they all correlate, but they correlate in the right way. That's what they used to call me. Because I wasn't resting, I'd power nap. So you know my book's gonna be good. You know my record's gonna be good. You know my product is gonna be nice. So vampire people, no. There's no vampire people that work that night shift. And night shift or working the cleaners. Working the dry cleaners. How do they stand that? Working in the dry cleaner. In the summer. It's hot up in there. You got steam and all that getting, garments and clothing clean. So, how are they doing that? I had to ask them a question. How are y'all able to withstand that crazy heat working at a cleaners in the middle of the summer? Anytime it's hot in there, man. And I don't know if I could do it. But after he told me what it was, I'm like, oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. And I'm drinking tea. The last of that tea. And some melted ice. Fruit punch and root beer. So yes, and I do like pure leaf tea. It tastes pretty good too. Tastes pretty good. That's what I'm talking about. Keeps me going. They told me at a couple of cleaners, and rest in peace, DeSz'e Davis, definitely an owner of a cleaners, and a decent mayor is what I remember. He was a decent mayor of a small city. DeSz'e Davis, he also told me about some things that happened back in integration, segregation, days and years, whole neighborhoods that transformed throughout the time. And but yeah, he did tell me some good things. Told me how people treated him when he was mayor, and he still had his businesses. And they didn't want him to have that. They wanted to surrender that. But anyway, DeSz'e Davis definitely went to what is now predominantly black schools. It used to be predominantly only white schools. He was then, at that time, where it was an all-white school. And they were just doing this integration and segregation. What's some stories right there? There's some stories there. But he did tell me, and I'll have to share one of those stories another time. Maybe in the bonus. Working in the dry cleaners, that air is so different from just being outside and hot machines working. And the air is concentrated. I'm sure they got enough venting or something. Or maybe the venting can't restore you to regular feeling. When you walk in the cleaners, they got it together now, but you used to be able to walk. When you walked in the cleaners, you would almost gas your breath like if you went into, a spice shop or something. But as these other people that own or work for cleaners, how do you do it? And when I go to the next, I got it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Put it right here. Put it right here. Okay. Yeah, it's coming to me now. All right, it didn't come to like it was supposed to. See that hint? It comes to me right now. So I'll wing it on one and actually not wing it with, but actually stay with the train of thought. The plan that's already been set. The goal is to get this out and to help someone. So if I can help anyone, that's what I'm here to do. And maybe these stories transfer over. Maybe they don't. Maybe it does later on in their life. You've already heard it. If you've heard it, it'll register to you maybe whenever it's relative within yourself to pull up something that was said in anybody's case. But they said the clue was drinking water. Water, man. Like a gallon of water, they say you need a gallon a day. You need a gallon of water. I think you need more than that depending on what you're doing. And electrolytes, alkaline water if possible. Spring water if possible. Refrain from drinking distilled water. Use that for your plants or your washing dishes or utilitarian water. More utility type. Utilizing water. That's water to be utilized with. You can wash your car with that. Refrain from potted water. Potable water. Refrain from that. Any other water like that, no. You want fresh water. Mineral water is good. But indeed, that was the clue. I didn't see a lot of soda. When I do, when I go out in the field and I recycle from a cleaners, recycle from a cleaners. Let me show you what I do to sleep. Visual aid, watch, check it out. For this purpose of the video, this is education. ScrAp TV. This is education. Some things are humorous, some things are not. Some things, man, boy, I think I almost shed a tear on another live. I think one live I did tear up. But another one, I almost shed a tear, and I was like, where did that emotion come from, man? I think I was very passionate about what I was talking about. In memory of that person before they went on to their next life. I think it might have touched me right then. So yeah, when I go to the cleaners, I might even see this too. It's you know, that kind of bag, hangers, you know, because that's how it goes for a short iron. It's the hangers, take the wire, but you have to take that cardboard off. And it's not just like regular box cardboard, but it is corrugated material. You can slip it in there, and if a meal, if you go and recycle that at the meal, you can get some money for it. And that's no problem. Sometimes they don't want the plastic on the thing. So back in the day, we would have maybe 400 or 500 of these, or 2,000 of these. And we'd have to take this off and this off. And, you know, definitely keep the clamps on the metal. But take the plastic off, and we can recycle the metal. Sometimes they let you get away with it. They got machines that can do that. But melt it or whatever, put the liquid on it and separate the stuff with ScrAp. What else would I see at the cleaners? At the clothing cleaners, where you get your stuff cleaned and pressed and ironed and hemmed. They do hemming. They might fix zippers sometimes. But your neighborhood cleaners. This 1 can of soda or juice. Maybe 2 cans of soda or juice. That's what I would see in that trash can. Because I would have to take the trash can out to get all of these. These are the ones that they just don't want to use anymore. They don't want to put them in the trash can. They know what I do. They're like, hey man, come get all these. They got them, you know, boxed up or whatever, or bags of them. And I got all their film. This is called film. Film is probably 6 cents. 6 cents a pound. But you gotta have a lot of this to make it weight. Ooh, you gotta put a bunch of this in a big garbage bag. Step on it, put more in it, step on it, put more in it, put that weight on it, put some more in it, where you just got boulders and boulders of bags of film. You know, shrink wrap goes the same. It's the same material. But I would recycle this, and the hangers, and the acrylic. Now this is a harder thing. I've introduced this before. This is what you have as the glass window between you and a teller at a bank, or you and a teller, a cashier, a clerk at a store. When we was doing social distancing, this is what you have seen. But this is called acrylic. You can also draft on this and put paper in it. Draw more architectural things. You can have signs made of this. You got a lot of acrylic signs out there. Might be colored acrylic, you know, like a frothy white, or a clear see-through white, a see-through different color style. So yeah, that's acrylic. And they might have some of that. Some stores, convenience stores, the signs that have the little card in them and say, hey, candy's 2 for $1, 3 for $16.99, chips or whatever, big family size chips, whatever it is, you know. Then they got some sales. Those are acrylic signs. And all those can be recycled. And going with that, I spun off of that to tell you, I did you a bonus on that. That was one to grow on right there. That was definitely part of recycling. Why I put the recycle symbol on there. Probably didn't put it on this one. So I was going to be talking about this, about what you need to do. And you do need to recycle. If you don't want to recycle, that's on you. You do what you want to do in this world. For me, this is fun. Sometimes there's something I can use in these bags when I'm recycling, especially with medical supplies, medical companies, even dollar stores, department stores. Their trash is, man, we don't want that going in no landfill. And they appreciate, you know, different vendors, different contractors out there in the field picking up their boxes for them, picking up their plastic, picking up their wood, picking up their pallets, picking up their discard, their cardboard, corrugated, newspapers, books, tabloids, paper. Because if you didn't know, clear paper, the clear paper, I'm talking about paper like this. We got visual aid here, where it's not that, where there's nothing written on it. It must be totally clear, like that. Legal or, you know, the standard size. Clear paper in the package, unscathed, untouched, dirt, not dirty, no foreign objects on it. Clear paper. And I was doing it. And I have to go to that company because I know they're still open. I'm gonna go find out what the price, and I'll give you the price on that another day. Another day, I will give you a price on white paper. But when when I was doing it with my box truck, and you say, where am I going to find brand new paper? You wouldn't believe how much white paper is in the trash at some companies. For their copiers and such, or they might have ordered too much, or they went out of business, or somebody got the wrong paper to print the right style. You know, if you went to Kinko's or FedEx Kinko's or Office Depot or something, or some other place to get your copies, fulfillment center, mail fulfillment centers in the strip malls where you can mail stuff off. Sometimes those certain papers that they order, you can get the thick stock, you can get the medium, you can get the canvasy looking paper that has like has a feeling to it, almost uprise in the paper, but it's artsy fartsy, different colors of paper, construction paper. Oh man, I'm talking about paper now. Yeah, all these different types of paper. And you're like, yeah, it's a whole nother world of paper. And you can, if you put your mind to it and you attract it. Here we go, Station ID. This is definitely ScrAp TV. I am deSz'e, and it is 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's morning, like, you know what I'm saying? So I say 5 a.m. I thought about that last night. a couple of hours ago. So I thought about that. And I said, why don't I say it's 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock at night, or 5 o'clock in the morning, or 5 o'clock in the day. Whenever you would hear this podcast, because it can be reverse, a duplicity product that can be heard in a podcast just to earphones. So I was listening to it while I was working the other day, and listening to one of my older lives, and I listen to other people's stuff. I'll put on somebody's stuff and just let it play in the background. I might catch a glimpse of it on the video screen, but I'm working and I got the volume turned up loud, so it's kinetic. So I still can ingest. But if I say, and that's what I always told the artists that I was working with in the studios, we'll go there. We don't want to date the product. Most of my songs could probably come out right now and sound fresh and not dated. Trying to stay away from cliche drum kits, keyboard sounds, and guitar and organ sounds. I don't want everything to say use that same thing every time. No, every song has its own character. And every piece of paper has its own clothes. Now, but back to the lecture at hand. I'm telling you, blank paper at that time with the box truck was $16 a pound, or $16 per 100. Per 100. 100 pounds gets you $16 in white paper. It's way better than cardboard. Way better than mixed newspaper or books, encyclopedias, and books that you read. Paper books, school books. It's all kind of training books, college books. Books is big business. And they take it and they recycle those. That's why I think it's a rule against. I'm write that down. I'm going for good. I'm going for it all, baby. It's rules. It's like a moral rule. That you're not supposed to put books in the trash can. Books in the garbage machine. You're not supposed to do that. Okay? That's more, and if somebody sees you, and I know I've seen this in maybe 2 states. If they see you throwing books in the trash, they'll report you to the authorities. And you're supposed to donate them to like a Salvation Army or something like that, or a half-price books, or a book place like, what was the name of that other one? Walden Books. Man, they had a lot of stores too. Can't think of the name yet, but they had a nice little hold on books for a minute. Local bookstores or schools, or nurseries or something. You're supposed to donate those books and get them to somebody else that can use them. Even if they're worthless, you're still supposed to give it to some, or take it to the recycler. But you're not supposed to put it in the garbage. Wow. I'm glad I remembered that point. That's a good point. And that is a good thing to refrain from. putting books in the trash. That is not how it goes. You take those books and somebody can reuse. I've just got these. These crutches. Another set of crutches. The other crutches are missing they are missing this part. That's the interchangeable part. You know, if somebody want to use them or wore it out or want to keep it fresh, it's up under your arms, you know. It's up under your arms. You know. And the handle, you want to change that out. This looks like it's brand new. You can tell by the wear on the bottom of the feet. The bottom of the feet. Let me give you a little light. On the bottom of the feet of a crutch or a walker or any device that has a rubber feet on it, you look at the bottom of it. That looks like just a little liquid. It's not a wear and tear situation. There's like one spot. These might got used one time, twice. Stuff like that, just like books, you want to donate that. You don't want to recycle that. Donate that to somebody that needs it. Somebody that doesn't have health care. Somebody who just needs. I get requests. Somebody that needs a wheelchair, a walker, crutches, rather wooden, metal, or aluminum, or stainless steel, or plastic. I got plastic wheelchairs now. Plastic crutches. They'll hold you up. It's high definition plastic. And that cuts the metal guys out for a minute. And that's useful. Good useful plastic. But, because now the wheels on a wheelchair, they're mostly plastic with rubber wheels now. You don't need metal to do the wheelchairs now. But in that case, the plastic still can be recycled. So you want to donate that to a nursing home or a rehabilitation center or a hospital or a retirement home, anything that you think of, a children's center, somebody that can use that, somebody off the street, and you put that in the sky, you put that in the atmosphere, that, hey, show me who needs this, and it'll show up. Just like the law of attraction, it will show up. That person that's in need, just put it to the side until it comes, because it's going to come. And that's why I always ask somebody, do you have a wish list? Do you have a wish list? You have something that you want that, you know, probably could buy it or might not be able to afford it at that time. And somebody might be throwing it away. You might want a lawn furniture set. Somebody throws one away all the time, especially going into the fall or going into the winter. Some people get a whole new set the next year, and they'll, hey, you can have it brand freaking new. This is ScrAp TV. Yeah, we're talking about what you have to do, okay? Not what you want to do, but what you have to do, the list, the itinerary list. And I've been following it for a minute. We ran off on the paper tip. But we were going back to, the point was eating good, drinking good things, resting good. And if you can't rest as good as getting REM sleep is definitely necessary your body to repair itself, your mind to refocus, and maybe get some deep dreaming, heavy breathing, nightmares. Let me tell you about nightmares. Interject these with a couple of bonuses. Before I forget, I don't want to write this part down. Oh, we're right here at the end of it. So here we go. Let's count it down. We're at the end of this particular section. This is deSz'e. This is ScrAp TV. Recycle, recycling, recyclables. I'm telling you, it's necessary. It's there. It's inevitable. It is creative. And it is a hobby of mine. And I've turned this hobby into a profession. So anyone can do it. All you need is heart, and you have to humble yourself. You might get a little dirty, or you can be choosy like my dear friend. Yes, Miss Sue Claxton. She only takes and deals with red metals and gray metals and precious metals. That's it. That's all she wants to deal with. She don't want to deal with no metal, no plastic, none of that, no cardboard, no paper, no none of that. She's not trying to do that. No rebar, no long iron, no angle iron, no stainless steel. Yeah, that's part of gray metals. But she gave you a better price on what she took. She gave you the better price. She gave you the lesser price. If you brought anything else in, she gave you some money for it. But she gave you the lesser price because that's not what she does. She's a specialist in her brand. So this is the end. We're counting it down. We're talking about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sliding through. This is ScrAp TV. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate you peeking in, the people in the background, people in them bushes. I like that. The people in the background just want to see what I'm talking about, see what I look like. What does deSz'e look like? You know, what's he talking about? Appreciate the emoji things. I like that. I seen somebody, I think it's part of the background, might be StreamYard. But when you hit those little things that go, when you hit those, and somehow or another, I guess he had a background, and the bubbles and the balloons and the hearts was coming between him and the background, behind his head. I said, that is too cool. I like that. I like that. Now we get into the bonus. We already into the bonus. That's bonus 1. P.S. at the end of the letter. You can't keep writing to your lover or your friend, pen pal, your buddy. Say, hey, P.S. I like when those balloon things come up in the background. This might be the virtual background. I think that's how that's done. It has to be. Can't just run balloons behind somebody in real life. So there's bonus 1, P.S. Going to P.S.S. The next bonus. Let's see if I got something on here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to what I was saying about what I'm pulling from other countries. Styles and not really just styles, maybe more, it was more a necessity. If you're overseas, you're in Saudi Arabia, Iran, deserts, Egypt, I'm sure, some parts, it's Arizona, in the deserted sands of Arizona, where it is not a lot of grass in that state, unless you brought it. Or you made some kind of vegetation project that works for this mass land of dirt. Sahara Desert. to dress in those environments, you can't just wear regular things of wearing black and, man, it's too hot over there. The climate is crazy. I mean, I was in Arizona and it was like 120 something degrees, and that's a regular day. I'm like, man, what? But it doesn't feel like 120. But that sun is bearing down on you. Better have some sunscreen. Better have some sunscreen. You best have some sunscreen. I'm cold with that visual aid, baby, I'm telling you. Got that sunscreen. I'm gonna spray some on now. Because here comes the sun in just a little bit. And I say it's alright. And I say it's alright. Yeah. Here comes the sun. And I'm telling you, you want to be wearing light colored things. Light colored shirt. Long sleeve. Or dashiki with long sleeves. There are other garments. Not just shirts, there are other garments, or blouses for women. There are other garments that will cover you. You want a light skin garment, a light hued garment, and pants that are light in color, light in weight, possibly a vent because it's so hot in the wind, but if you're in a dusty thing where the dust wind is hitting, because we do get dust storms at the scrap yard, because they use a lot of dirt and pouring concrete all the time, trying to keep the road smooth so your car, or vehicle, your truck, or your Jeep, or their trucks, the diesel trucks, they do damage every time they come in anywhere, because there's a lot of weight and pressure bearing down on the ground, so it makes craters and ditches. But yeah, you want to dress, so I pay attention to what they're wearing over in the deserts and in those Arabic countries. The Israel and all that. They're modernized a little bit now, but you got a lot of people that still stick to the script, and it might be a religion. In some countries, it might be a religion to this here. I think the Muslim faith has that where the woman is totally covered up. And I see them, in the other states, they're totally covered up. They've got their headgear and body covered up, but it's light colors. In the winter, it's dark colors, or whatever. But in the hot, beaming sun, they're cool. They're cool underneath. So yeah, I take those, and it's a transferable practice that I need to use in scrapping. So when I'm going to choose shirts or buy shirts or put on a shirt, I'm thinking about colors, the coverage of my skin, protecting me from UV rays and all the different rays that's coming out of the atmosphere and stratosphere. I want all my stuff to be, weather controlled. So that's a bonus PSF. And I'm going to say that fourth one is, that's why I paid attention to what was said to me back in the day, because I was fascinated with Germany and all the stories my dad would talk about being in Germany, of how the beer is different. My brother was in the service as well, and he told me about how the beer was different. My grandfather was in the service as well. He told me how the beer was different. They all been to Germany, all three of them, and uncles as well, to Germany, to England. I mean, to London in England. They've been to Spain. They're more traveled than, I am. They've been to way more states than I have, because military, right? So, stationed over here in Japan, stationed in, wow, that's beautiful. Stationed in Guam, that's a beautiful thing, that you do get to be well traveled. But you get to notice those cultural things. And overseas beer is a little bit more cool, and it's a different character of beer. It gotta be desired for me to want one. I like the Japanese beer, Sapporo. It comes in a silver can and it's kind of concave in its shape. The Coke bottle goes down, their bottle goes up, and the bowl is up at the top. Like, it's got a slight slender to it. That's the shape of Sapporo can. Boy, I would like one of those today. Hard to find. You need to find a specialty beer place where you can find Sapporo. You won't find that at a regular beer store. Most people don't know about that. It's like trying to buy sake at Wally World. They might have it at a Wally World that's in a uppity type neighborhood, maybe a community Wally World, where we got wine consumers. They got a wine section. They might have some sake, some Asian type wine. So there we go with that. That's a bonus. That was the fourth. And I pay attention to that. And then I heard that they eat breakfast. They eat dinner for breakfast and breakfast for dinner. And then you look at and maybe snack throughout the day with the French, like eating at Mademoiselle, La Madeleine, French eatery. Those little crepes and the little dainty biscuits and all that breading type stuff, that fancy bread, bakery type style of eating is kind of light. You would go to La Madeleine for brunch. It would be, in a soup or something or whatever. It's going to be light. It's a light texture. You're not eating heavy at a French cuisine. There's got to be a reason for that. Culturally. Even, in some Asian, we tie them with eating rice and stuff like that. There's got to be a reason. Because they're living long lives, and not a lot of obese people over there. Not a lot of fat people. Not a lot of fat people in the Muslim faith. There's not a lot of fat people. And, obese people. Overweight. Looking, no, they're fit. There's a reason for it. Your diet, your eating habits, how you eat. Elijah Muhammad with the book to read. The only reason I really know that particular book is because it was in a rap song. It's a brown paper, but paperback. It teach you how, it'll make you better on how to live and how to act. That was KRS-One said that in his rhyme. How to eat and how to live. And what I've heard from that practice, because I'm not that denomination or that faith, but I agree with some of the things that I've visited the mosque, but and I've been invited, and I enjoyed it. I like the discipline. So some of those things, I think other people should experience and say, hey, for that purpose alone, of seeing how another culture or another religion or another sect or group or company does things, some of those things you incorporate into your own company or your own family or your own community, because it has value to it. It's a practice. Praying 3 times a day, that's heavy, man. That's heavy. I don't care what religion you are. That's heavy. That's discipline. And that becomes a mantra. It becomes a thing that you do every day in your life. Pretty much goes like that. I'm sure you're not going down all the time. Always having a bad day and you're still praying 3 times a day. It don't work that way. Or you're just gaining weight and all you eating is healthy foods in moderation, like a rice or something. And you're not eating fatty foods and you're exercising. No, it can't exist. And that is one that we go back to Earl Nightingale. Illness cannot exist in a body that's healthy. Common sense? Maybe. But I can't stand my bionic lady. I had to change the lyric up a little bit. Fife. Rest in peace, Fife Dog. Definitely salute that brother. I bought that. It was a ventilation album. The first solo album. That was nice. High tech. That was nice. Nice production on that. Nice production. I like Fife. Rookie of the Year, man, for a minute. He was on everybody's album. Fushniks, he was on Chi Ali's album. He was popping out on everybody's record. He was going hard. Like Q-Tip. It was very good to see them go with each other. So we're on bonus 5, bonus 6 with the Q-Tip talk. So yeah, I made my points. I had some bonuses there. We did that. We came up. We showed out. Appreciate y'all coming in. Angela Summon Success came in and said, hey, ScrAp TV in the place. Yes, thanks for even coming through. Appreciate that. Thank you. And definitely I got to say something in the chat. Just to have an engagement myself. I have to chat on this because I refuse to do it on that phone. Or that camera if I had the camera over there. Or another camera, and I got a new camera. I attracted a new camera. It was in the box. It was in, no. Yeah, it was in the box. It was in the box. I might have another camera I just found too. It was attached to something that was in that house that I cleaned the other day. So I got that. It looks like it's an older webcam, but it has a clip on it. Like a hair clip thing on it where you can just clip it. So yeah, definitely bonus 6. PSS. So yeah, we just done it again. We put this one in the books, put this one in the future. Everybody enjoy your day. If you are landing on Sunday or if it's already Monday. Happy Monday morning to you, happy Sunday to you, happy Saturday to me, because I'm still up from yesterday. And I have not laid down on sleep. I nodded off right before 5 o'clock. It is 4:57. 4:57. I just finished the thumbnail. 6 minutes later. Live, okay. Yeah, 6 minutes. And then I'm trying to make sure I did everything right on the thing. So yeah, I'm back. And that's my mantra right there. I'm back. That's my affirmation. I'm back and I'm doing this. And I did it. I came and I showed up. I showed up for a friend. Definitely, I think 2 people have said, hey, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you coming on. I like your content. And was that Roblox said that yesterday. And he came back. I'm noticing names now. I'm like, oh, you came back. Hey, cool. And yeah, I'm going to start writing names down as well. And gladly, hopefully they join the email list. This is going to be an adventure. It's going to be great. I love to see other people. So fishy things. He's came through and all of that at one of my lives. Fishy Things is coming on one of my videos. Fishy Things is my leader right now. That's my leader for doing collaborations. This guy does real collaborations in person. He'll travel and do a live with that person, and that, or a video with that person. That is live collabo. And a lot of people, some people were doing that in the earlier YT stages. Second and third phase, we're doing a lot of that, and meet and greets. Some of them went good, some of them went bad. Well, I remember some of those catastrophe meet and greets that people had bought the thing and something happened, or it was such a reprintable ticket that they printed up. Somebody printed up even more, and they just over flooded the meet and greet on purpose to destroy property and all kind of things, to destroy the hype of the census. It was like the 3rd or 4th meet and greet that they did. And people are sinister like that will come and try to sabotage your event and make it that you don't, especially if you got free food, free drinks, and free pictures, free autographs, and all this. You get to meet so-and-so, and so-and-so's going to be there, and so-and-so didn't show up, and it's way more people that showed up for this particular person, and they were supposed to come on at this time, and now that crowd is mad at the other crowd. They don't like the other internet dude, and just mayhem. A lot of those were going on back in the aughts and in I don't know what we call the 2010 through 2020. I have to look that up, see what those years are called. But yes, but I appreciate the talk. Oh, okay, yes. Oh yeah, thanks, and well, yeah, I'm just kind of riffing now. Yeah, thank you for the things. Yeah, this was good. This was a good session. I've been having good sessions lately. This last week, it's just picked up, and definitely talking to way more people, and I like talking to the trollistic guys, the guys that are jokesters. So I'm enjoying them. So yeah, we're signing off with this one. I just want to type one thing in the chat, just so I have that interaction. Something I should have had ready, and as part of the video. how to be ready, how to do live the right way. Shine success. And I'm still studying that, and I'm studying 3 or 4 other videos that I think it's just might be a regular title, but there's so many good things in there, and I'm like, oh, I need to be doing that too. I need to be doing that. And there's some really good stuff in her videos. Very good, good stuff. Good tips, and I'm getting the results. I feel it. I'm getting the results, and I'm exerting it. And I don't have to tell it. I just have to exercise it. And that's what I've been doing this whole time for almost a month now, and things have gone up. Things have gone up, and things have gotten better, and I'm getting better response. And I have to pay attention to what's being said. I listen to the videos. I watch the videos. But when I listen to it 3 or 4 times, it gets remedial in my mind, and then I take notes. This 5th or 6th time, I pretty much got it. I could have took notes the first time, but I kind of want the words to sink in. And I want to adjust to the tone of voice that's being spoken. I want to hear it from far away. I want to hear it up close, because I'll be working back and forth, putting up boxes, going in and out of rooms, rewinding it. Oh, I need to hear that part again. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, I'm loving other people's videos. I love y'all, man. I love y'all stuff. I like listening to Confidence Hub. I like listening to Jenny Lee. It's Jenny Lee with the she, right? Yeah. She can sing and she can minister. Confidence Hub is, man, nice. I like Allison Mapp's voice. I'm with BC. I like her voice. And she can sell me anything. This is like LaShawna's Success voice. Anthony My Time's voice, Big Jack Storytime's voice, Guy Bandy's voice. I like Gaston Guitar's voice, Gus Guitar Cover's voice, Shine Diggs' voice, Tommy Kenyon's voice, Mary from Blessed to Crochet's voice. I like Echo's voice. I like Christopher Flash when he's in. I like his voice, his mantra, but I also like when he's on somebody else's show. Dude is hilarious, and he's smart, very smart. I love his bio on Big Jack Storytime, and I like when he comes in on Creating Change, his show, and he just barges his way right onto the front page, and he is at home. He doesn't stutter. He's clear, and he delivers, and he has some good camaraderie, good rapport. He builds good rapport on anybody else's show. He's just a communicator. Definitely, I'm gushing on everybody that I can gush on right now. It's other people, like Els and Devils. I like how she talks to the camera. I like how she talks to her people. And very nice. I like last night's Bible VC's sister. I like how she commands the floor. She commands that whole session of the live. Whether you in, I came back like twice, and she's still going, and it's interesting the whole time. It did not get dull at all. And if she says something twice, she's saying it in a different way, a different tone, and it just sinks in every time. It's great. Some people can do that, That's a talent. Very much a talent. Danica Marie has that talent. She can go. She can go. She can go for 8 hours and you would not be bored. The whole time you will be engaged, and alert, and attentive. She entertains as well as educates and can say something similar, but take it even more every time she says it. She stretches it so good, you don't even notice. You know she's stretching, but you don't feel that she's stretching it. You feel something new every time she's speaking. Very good orator right there. Very good speech. Gary Vaynerchuk is one of those guys too. He can go on and on and on in any seating in a setting, and he gives you so much that you will be part of his program. You will buy into whatever he's talking. You will have one to grow on. You will have a takeaway from anything that Gary Vee is talking about. You got a takeaway, even if you don't agree with the way he says it, or he might come abrasive in one spot. He might say a cuss word in one spot, but it's needed that you heard that. You understand the feeling of that word when he says it, and he puts it with a phrase that you needed to hear. It's discipline. It's discipline speaking. The other guy, the African American guy, I can't think of his name now. Myron Golden, commands you with the discipline. And he kind of ridicules you as he's talking to you. He kind of pokes you with the writing stylus that he writes on the board. Kind of pokes you with it. And it's common knowledge, but it's uncommonly critical and humiliating. It's critically humiliating. And it's funny sometimes. It'll have you laughing. When you're laughing at yourself, you're like, why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I do that? I need to be more assertive. Yes. So, I'm not a follower, but he had me looking for him on Monday mornings to hear what he's going to say next on his seminar or his marketplace, whatever you call it. Web show, web showcase, web examine, whatever. Yeah, it was a webinar, web expo, something like that. Webinar. This is a game, right? What's the word? It's called What's the Word? Hey, copyright, trademark. That's the name of the. Yeah, we'll make a new game called What's the Word? It's almost like that other game, but yeah, and I don't know how I would play it, because if somebody knows it, would there be hints? Because that's copying the other game. Brainstorm. We're brainstorming right now on ScrAp TV. I'm deSz'e, and today's thing was things you have to do. A list, your itinerary list. And we went over a lot of things on that. We're in the bonus. That part of the thing is done. We're in the bonus, and we're just scatting right now. And I did the bonuses. This is like a one to grow on. One to grow on is an idea of what's the word. It's where you're looking for the word, and you got all these other words in your brain, and you're thinking, for a person who speaks well, a person who speaks eloquent, They enunciate words, they pronunciate the word, and you get the connotation of what they're saying, and you're looking for that word to make the next thing. You're not trying to use the big words. You're looking for the words that connect, that are, that make sense as you're talking. So what's the word? Somehow I play that in my mind and figure that out. Now I figured out the other game. The other game, here's another one to grow on. The other game is rushing to the store before the store closes. And the store, we know what time the store closes, but you actually live so many miles away from the store. You can go by car, but every time you do it, you got to do it a different way. You can go by car, you can go by bicycle, you can go by scooter, you can go by running. But you got to be at that store before they close the door. And be in there and be able to get an item, check out, and come out of there smiling. Also, the other one is you got to be at the store before it opens. That store opens, when they open that door, you got to be the first customer. Like a race type thing. But you got to be the first customer, and you got to get that one item and come out of there successfully. You could catch a cab to the place, but you got to live so many miles away from the store. And the scenario is you've got store closing in 10 minutes, but you're so many miles away. You don't want to break no situation. You can't be speeding and stuff like that. That's disqualification right there. No stealing vehicles or bikes or bumming rides. You can bum a ride, but you cannot deceitfully do somebody wrong. An abandoned bike, you can jump on an abandoned bike and get there. It's on the side of the road and it's public domain. And it's working on a scooter or a city bike or something. You can use it. But you have to get there before it opens or before it closes. And you have to get a certain item. And some will have a margin of an hour. But you have to get a certain item. The goal is to get a certain item. It's like scavenger hunt kind of. So the goal is to get a certain item, but the goal is to get a certain item, and if they don't have that item, you got to find that item, or you lose. You got to bring it back within a certain frame of time. Clock is ticking. There you go. That's the one to grow on right there. I've been holding that in my mind for a minute. I've explained it to a couple of people, but I need to develop it. And yeah, got some ideas. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's a part of this. That's my part of it. That's my part. I'm gonna start doing this because that's my part of the program. That's my part of the podcast. That's my part of that's my part of the video. That's my part of the live. That's my part of the session. That's my part of the powwow. Yeah. So definitely I appreciate it. This has been fun. I came, I did it, man. I showed up. So we got all our points in. Yeah, Saudi Arabia. I did all the paper, did other cultures, other religions, praying, eating habits, from one person, from one religion that has where you eat 1 meal a day. 1 meal a day. You might snack one time, but there's no heavy eating at all. And those people are fit. Could be, 2 or 3 sects of religion or faith or a belief system or a business practice or business secret. You can work for a business and they've got a creed. They got a credo that says, hey, this is our business culture. This is what we do here. And we want you to abide by that. I think it's one of those companies that was so nice, and they had babysitting services and everything at the company. And you could dang near almost live there. It was that kind of thing. The gym and everything, your workout center, everything's at the job. And you have to be fit. You can't be sloppy. You can't have a shirt hanging out your pants and shirt unbuttoned and all that. You can't be, you have to be uniform. This company was, I can't say the name, I won't say the name, but I've heard of many companies that have a culture style that is almost religious type style, where everybody does the same thing. Everybody does different things in different departments, and different departments come together and work with other departments. They do sports together. They play tennis against each other, basketball, or whatever activities, paintball, all these little different things that they do together in their community. It's a church that does that too. It's a church that their church life in that religion is a 7-day religion. So was the one that I grew up in. It was a 7-day religion. But I don't think they didn't really have, they had it. They had basketball teams and softball teams, and, you know, those Saturdays and Sundays where the whole church would go play softball or something, or soccer or whatever. It was all kind of things you did. Picnic on the ground. Everybody had a picnic and had blankets and sat on the ground and ate and be merry. So, but there are companies and there are religions that regulate what you eat, your intake, and they have a strict diet set. It's a stigma. They are serious about it. And they're like, hey, this is what we do. We do this, and this. You know the rules. No pork. There's no candy. No sugar. No preservatives in the food or what it has to be whole. We don't eat bread or we don't drink milk. We are all vegetarian. We're all vegan. We're all this. We're all that. Or we're all carnivores over here. We only eat beef or whatever. It's up to whatever it is. And it's all, we eat this and we eat this at this time. We drink tea at 4 or whatever. Tea time. Tea off. Beer 30. 5 o'clock somewhere, and I've made 5 o'clock a reality with this show, ScrAp TV. This is deSz'e. It's 5. I'm coming back on at 5 p.m. this evening. 5 this morning, 5 in the evening, Central Standard Time. ScrAp TV. Be a friend of mine. Come back. Check me out. You know, back in Friday, that's the part I like. Chris Tucker got Ice Cube in trouble, and I'll say their names like that. The names of the titles, you know the name, Smokey. Scored the stuff from Big Worm fronting him and stuff to sell, and got Ice Cube in trouble. Now, they're both characters, and by association, Big Worm's coming, he's going to want his payback. And Smokey's trying to go, Chris Tucker's going to the store or going to use the restroom or whatever he's going to go do. And Q says, come back. That's all he had to say. You know what that means. Come back. You got us both into this mess. We both involved now. You messed this up. I'm just doing my day. And you came and you didn't involve me in your mess. You make sure you come back. It touched me, and I use that a lot, especially when I meet somebody new. And they're taking off. I might let them go with the product. People say I'm wrong for that. I trust too many people. You know, let's say that you're going to buy these crutches, right? I got these crutches for sale. Hey, crutches for sale. $1. And dude comes through. Oh man, those some nice crutches, man. Those got the Bluetooth thing on them. Thing for your headphones too. And it's got a readout that tells you what's happening in the news. These new crutches, digital crutches. Look at me with all these ideas, right? This is how I think. And yeah, I should patent some of these things. Get a trademark on these things. Register those ideas. He likes it so much. And I see the brightness in his eyes. And I say, dude, go ahead and take him home. Come back with the $1 tomorrow or later on. Or next week. Oh, I'm going out of town tonight. But I can sure use these on my trip. Because I know I'm doing this video. And they got a part where and I don't think they got any crutches over there. They got a part where this guy's on crutches in the video. And or this movie that I'm doing, whatever. Of course, they should have Prop Master for that. But and these will be cool in the video, man. And I could show when I had my leg was broke. This would be one of the parts of my video, you know. And I'm like, man, go ahead and take them. You'll be back next week, next Tuesday. Go ahead and take them. Bring me the money back when you come back. Good luck to you. Have a good shot, all right? All right, bro. Thanks. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy yourself. Have a good one, man. I'm glad you got them because somebody else probably would have got them, but they've been sitting up for like at least 6 months, and I need them to go into somebody's good hands. I'm not just trying to make a sale. I want somebody to have that can use that. You know, that's why I'm gonna keep it kosher, keep it cool with you. And come back if you need more. Tell a friend or something, you know. Hey, I got what you want. What do you want next time? It might be something that comes in next week that you might need. Oh, you know, I might need a outdoor grill. It might come up. We'll see. All right, man. We'll see you next week. See you next week. I put that on them. That's on their karma to bring me my money back. Or bring me my product back. Either or. But don't ghost me and don't ever call back or not come back. It's so many. I mean, do better, please. I'm not even saying don't. I'm saying do better. Do better with doing what you say and paying who you owe. And being who you're supposed to be, who you're representing yourself as. Be noteworthy. Please do your due diligence and return something in forthwith and in good order. I took that out of Charlie Brown TV special. Return it in good order. Don't just throw it to me. Here, man, it wasn't the right color. Come on, man, what? You gonna just chunk it on the ground? I could resell that. Or I might have to use it myself now. But now you damaged the product. No respect for me, right? You have no respect, bro. So yeah, I get I get lifted, baby. Sometimes I get lifted. I get really upset, and I try to control my anger and balance my emotions. And keep smiling does keep you from getting into an issue. Sometimes I smile so much in an argument that makes them want to charge. It makes them even more angry. So hey, there it is. Things you have to do. These are things I have to do to break up the idiocracy. Because I'm not playing. I don't have time to play with you like that. And I trust a lot of people. It's on you. I'll let you make out of your $700 worth of stuff. $2,000 purchase or $10,000 purchase. I'll let you make it. Because I don't want to hear it. So yeah, stop doing it. That's what everybody said. My mama says that all the time. My son says that, man, you need to stop doing that. You selling 3 of them for $40? They $700 each. I'm the Robin Hood of the hood. I try to give. I try to give so much. I give. That's how I keep getting more. Know your worth. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how I got dead in the music business. I got ripped off on a platinum album, double platinum album, and I got ripped off for a couple other songs. A couple of plays that went big, and I got ripped off for, I mean, hey, it was my fault, and I was too humble, and I thought my manager was supposed to handle all the business, and he didn't. He did as much as he thought he should have done, and he didn't do what I thought, and I tried to manage, and doors were shut in my face, and said artist comes to my town on the radio, they won't let me talk to him. They won't let me talk to the management. They won't let me talk to the record company. It was like a blocking situation. And I'm like, what is that about? That's not cool. I just want my credits for what I did on the record and the work that I did. And I didn't get it. So that carried on into my salesmanship, which I look up to Sam Walton with Walmart, because I met him and got to deal with him on a frequent basis, and I got to dig into his mind and, hey man, I'm waiting for you to come back, and I just want to pull what's out of your mind and learn more about selling and stuff like that, and listen to the Zig Ziglar tapes and not the Bill Gates trio. What was his name? Billy Graham. I would go to Billy Graham symposiums just to hear that positive and how he can sell you. He can sell you anything with that voice, and I took after that. But I also looked at Sam Walton's way that he sold, and I always went with that particular style. And when it comes to high end, I see it for what is scrap worth. What is it worth in scrap and metal? And I have to think about, these things are custom made products, and they're worth more because it's made, whether a robot made it or man made it. You can make it yourself. So a car is worth whatever a car is. And, you know, a touchscreen, this or a hologram computer or a 3D projector, stuff that takes special glasses, that costs something. And you got to pay to get in that club. Something brand new in the box, never been opened. Brand new air conditioning unit, never been opened. Working, brand new, in the box. Probably worth $2,000-3,000, and I'm up here selling it for a little or nothing, because I want it gone, because my cup runneth over. It's just I got so much coming in, and I got to get it out. And that blows people's minds. And they come to me. It's been years. And they only come to me, and they'll buy 10 or buy 20. Because it's at such a low price, and I'm moving units. That's the one thing when I was selling gift baskets with my mom's company, we sold something. I wouldn't let her, she had her prices, but I wouldn't let her sell and at that high price and just not sell any baskets that day. No. And I had to lift all those 50 something plus gift baskets out for display for the thing. I'm trying to sell all of them. So I know there's a margin of cost, and I understand that. I'm not silly. But when I've got something that's been in bulk and it keeps running over, yeah, I have to, and it's already been sold, or it's been used, or it might be damaged, or scratch paint on it, or it's missing this part, or it's missing that part. It's a part that you can buy at any store. It's parts you can fix yourself. You can buy some paint, fix that little scratch. Or the brand new shoes, you know, I got a truckload of tennis shoes one time, and multicolored. But hey, I'm not gonna hold on to them, and that style was probably gonna go out in a little bit. So yeah, I sold them $5 each. Get them out of there. Buy two, get one free. You know, get them gone. Get them going. So I'm that kind of salesman. But yeah, know your worth. Know your worth, because that's something, I don't have a problem with that. But I do give people more than they bargained for. And I give them quality stuff. And that's part of my little mantra, is saying, hey, that's the name of my company, it works. It works. Everything I sell, if I sell anything, it works. You better believe it works, and it's gonna work for a long time. And I have a record of everything. My return rate is not that big at all, very small. And everything works. That's a reliability. So I wouldn't sell you junk. I wouldn't want nobody to sell me junk. That's my motto. I wouldn't want my slogan. I wouldn't let nobody else sell me. I wouldn't want nobody else to sell me some junk or something that's broken. So that's my credo. I'm not gonna sell anybody else any junk. You won't hear nobody, oh, don't buy nothing from deSz'e. He's got junk. It's junk. Always junk. Junk, junk, junk. Oh man, he got me on this one. I knew it was gonna be some junk. No, it ain't no junk. If there's something wrong with it, bring it back. I'm gonna get you another one. I'm gonna get something equal, more value to you for free. So my name is clear. Try to keep my name good. So that's where it is. Quality is job running. Yeah, I'm on quality, but I do give more because I know I'm gonna get more. We're gonna have some more. So sell them all. What did Sam Walton say? Stack them deep, sell them cheap. Let's get them done. And that's what made that particular company, all his companies pop. They all pop. Even Buds. I like Buds. The Bud store with anything that was damaged or a dent in the can, that was his kind of thrift dollar store. Was Buds. That was the name of his brother. He named it after his brother. It was Buds. Anything that needed to be fixed or whatever, it was all go to Buds. And it would be at such a low price. It would be the same stuff that was at the Walmart or the Hypermart or the Supermart or Sam's. It would be the same stuff, but it would be the stuff that, that doesn't look good at the Walmart or whatever. It had a dent in the can. You know, one little dent in the can. Some people don't like seeing that. They won't buy it. Or they won't buy something that has a little tear or discoloration in the shirts or something, or discoloration in the outdoor gear awning that goes over the patio set. So they mark it down at such a low price because they can't sell it at the other, because it makes the store look janky. And it might be a fan. They bought too many of these fans. Or this one got discontinued by another model that same year or that same month. And they got all these widgets and they got to sell them. So that's where I get that. I was there. I was working at Walmart then when Buds was here. So yeah, and I got to talk with Sam so many times that it made a difference in my life. That I got a revelistic now. I know he's smarter than me, and he in a third grade education. He asserted himself. He did what he set out to do. Of course, he knows basic economics and how things work, and that is not his whole strategy. I go gung ho over that strategy because it's so guerrilla tactic. It's so barbaric. It's so ludicrous. It's genius. It's mad scientist. Because if you sell more and you sell all of them, you get more. You sell them again. You get more. You sell them again. You get more. You sell them again. At least you're moving money. And you're making people happy. You're getting product. That's part of my brain thought pattern is giving you something of worth. And that's what they used to tell me at a couple of the managers. Different managers have different styles. And I remember when this is one more to grow on. I'm done. We'll get this one in. I'm glad I got these out. I get to listen to this back and say, yeah, remember that. Okay, and now I can expound on that or detract something from that and rejournal it and have a better thing and have more things to say when I do get those topics and separate those topics. But yeah, that thought pattern is my sole purpose. So when I heard a couple managers, when I was at Guitar Center or any company that was commission based, okay? When we were team based, we made more progress, or we were solo based. There's no commission. There's no commission. There's a group commission type thing or a department commission. And hey, we hit our numbers. We still got goals to meet. So hey, we hit our numbers. Here's our chart, our flow chart. We got the bars and stuff. Such and such department. Hey, I used to talk like that when I talked to other departments when I was working at Wally Brown. So, hey, we need to do this, and I would speak up in the meetings, and we need to do this more, and there's this. And we answer questions and stuff like that. We try to make it a better sales and such is why we made so much sales. Why I won all those certificates of commendation is what they call it. And but we're looking at the thing and we're team goal oriented. What can we do to make sales better? Then we got commission comes in. Oh, we're going to change the system. You can vow out or vow in. My particular things vowed into commission based. This was at the music instrument store. It broke up the friendships. It broke up the camaraderie amongst all departments. Drums was mad at guitars. Guitars was mad at keyboards. Keyboards was mad at Pro Audio. Pro Audio was mad at horns. Horns was mad at strings. Strings were mad at accessories. Accessories mad at middle management. Middle management is mad at the doorman. The doorman's mad at, man, it was just it tore the whole place up. And you got a personal goal now. Now you got to sell so much, when you are out of there, you got to go. You're going to be fired or let go. Same thing, but laid off, you got to go to training. You got to go to these classes to learn how to sell. And you're in purgatory. Or you got to be the doorman from now on. Or answer the phones. You're off the sales floor. That kind of thing. They tore it up. Then you got guys fighting over customers. Oh, that's my guy, man. No, that's my guy. Oh, no, I brought him in. No, I met him first. No, he's in my band. Or whatever. He's my cousin's sister's brother. Brother's cousin, mother. And all this stuff. It just tore up everything. But then you had a gap in the sales points. And when you sell an item, you could see the cost. And it was called JIP. It was the profit margin and how much room you had to play with it, like a car dealer. Where you can say, hey, the price tag says $249 or $1,799. $1,700.99 and $1,799 or $17,000. Big ticket items. A special guitar with a drop of Steve Vai or Eddie Van Halen's blood is stained on the guitar. That was an expensive guitar. And it was on the way high up on the wall. Vintage guitars, collector's items. Could run from anywhere up to that particular mark. And then they would have what they bought it for, what they traded it for. And then they would have the amount that they want the company to get a profit on. And then they would have, then you would get a certain percentage out of that if you sold it. So you can move the barrier up and down as well, but you can't go so low. They had a cap. You couldn't add to it. You could add to it too. You can add to it by upselling them extra accessories to it, or the guitar bag or whatever, a warranty and all the stuff. You can add all these things on, and you get more money off of those items too. Those you get more profits. So that made the personal seller better. And I won bestseller at the music store too, at Guitar Center. I have that plaque too. I was always in competition with Victor Valle, which sold to the schools, the churches, and I envied him. I wanted to learn a lot. I went on a lot of gigs with him, where I learned from him how he was doing some of the things. I was getting those bids and such, and I got some bids, and I got some clubs, and they bought systems from me. Yeah, let me gush on one of them. That would be Friendship West. Bought a sound system from Guitar System for that new building. That is some of the equipment, and that deal was somewhat authored by me. There are other churches, and I've named that before. That was First Baptist in I believe north of Dallas, not Carrollton, but closer to Richardson. But yeah, where I've done that. I've done their sound system. I've done church in DeSoto, Texas. Church in Mahia, Texas. I've done, sound systems and such. So I get that profit margin, and I've got enough to play with them. They say, if you get these speakers, you get these. You're buying 30 of those speakers to go around the thing. Well, Let's make you a deal that you can't refuse. And that's what my main thing where I got from the Sam Walton years is definitely give them a deal that they can't refuse. And make some profit, but make a connection, make a relationship is the main purpose. Like I say, with anything in sales or recycling and making money, you want to make money, be a service. Then, number two, man, the relationship. So, hey, man, there we go. I'm going into my book right now. Going into it. Circle both of those. Because that is the key. That's the key. And all that stack it deep, set it cheap, those mantras, stack it deep, and the belief system, selling something. They wanted me to suggest and sell stuff that people that need. Oh, DeSz'e, you didn't sell enough this month. You didn't sell enough this week. You need to start adding more. Put the GFG with the AFK and the BOBs and the TOTs. Put all those on that ticket, and the customer will buy it. I'm like, but they don't need it. He told me he didn't need the BOB or the TOT. He didn't need those. He told me this. So this is the stuff that I want to do in the future on this channel. Is the doctrine, the redo of that particular conversation, where you see the scenario and people are acting it up. The reenactment. I want you to see it, because I get, and I want the actor to be realistic. I mean, like you're looking at a soap opera, and you know, don't want the cinematography right, somebody holding the cameras and doing the lights and everything right. So you're really there watching this, and I'm willing to write a couple of episodes of that, and you'll be surprised how people act in real life. When that dude picked up that book and threw it at me in that meeting, back opposite, popped me with a book. With the employee manual. I'm like, no, dude, that's not cool. That is not cool. So yeah, we put it in there, and we actually do it. Hey, we had another that came in. Appreciate those likes too. That was cool. So this is teetering, but that is the plan, and that is another affirmation that I put into the video that I will listen to and edit if I need possible. So yes, they were making me sell extra things that people didn't need. I cringe when I have to do that. I sell you what you need. If you're something, a tool, I want you to get that tool that you need. I really want you to get what you need. That's point blank. When you get what you don't want, you always come back with a return, or you always come back disappointed, or you don't do business with me again. You won't do business with me. You'll tell a friend that he sold me some worthless piece of whatever it is, or some worthless piece of advice, or some worthless video. No. All this is relevant to certain parts of my life at one time, somebody else's life. Somebody else is going through it. Somebody else needs that particular part. So if it ain't you, it's somebody else. And I know that's how it is. Even when picking a partner in life, as your counterpart. Might be them for a little while. But people change. And it might be just for a season. So there it is. We did it again. Woo-hoo! Yeah, we did it again. A lot of good information on that one. A lot of good information. A lot of good words coming out that I can use. These are the things that you need to define your company. Your mission statement and all that should be just heartfelt things that you want your product to portray. So when people see it, they feel it, they know it. They know that product. You know you're going to get a good hamburger when you go in to Whataburger. You know you're going to get a good breakfast if you go to Waffle House. You know you're going to get the same burger they've been making, and consistency at certain burger places. You know you're going to get a good oil change at some certain oil place, and it's going to be a certain time frame. And that's old Smitty, old Emerald, or whatever his name is, or what, you know, how this old Johnson, the old man Johnson. I only take my car down there to get my car tuned up, because you know them by their product. And people know you by the fruits that you bear. What are you doing? What are you practicing? Are you practicing what you preach? Do you stand by your product? And I stand by my product. So I'm serious about mine. But, and I do get funny and stuff. They call me loco. They call me crazy. Hey, loco. Hey, crazy. Hey, silly. Hey, Michael Jackson. Hey, Michael Jackson. Yeah. Oh, hey, Mr. Happy. Some people just call me Happy. I don't know where they got that one, but that's cool. Whatever you call me, I'm with it. I'm with it. I appreciate it. It's been fun, and I'm getting into myself a little more than I ever had. Is getting to myself within the last 3 to 4 years. Probably a little bit more than that, but train spotting and actually disconnecting myself from the people I was known to be hanging with, or always had people around me most of my life, performing, playing, drawing, singing, promoting, DJing. People around me, all in the studio field. I always had somebody working with me. I'm like, and then I had the time to separate myself, you know, and be outside of a marriage and a relationship with multiple people and stuff like that. It's just friendships that weren't benefiting. So that's little things that, these are tips. You know, abstinence as well. Refraining from doing certain things. Disciplining myself from carbonated drinks and stuff like that. That stuff is self-help. And this is a new me rejuvenating myself, going back to what I was when I was actually there. And I could do anything. I could stand on one hand. And I need to get back to that. That's just point blank. So I want to be better, if anything. Better if I ever was. Because then I was wet behind the ears, didn't know this was this and that was that. Now I know what's what. If somebody told me, and somebody did tell me, I was too hard-headed when I was young. So yeah, this is a soliloquy now. So yeah, we will edit that. We'll edit that part and put it in a whole nother situation. A virtual man talking to himself in third person, saying, hey, they were telling you this. You didn't want to hear it. You thought you knew everything when you were younger. And you kept going. And I'm glad I did in certain ways. In certain ways, I wish I would have exercised what they were saying then. But now I still hear those words. I still hear Grandpa, Papa, and Big Mama, and Granny, and Little Papa, and Papa Smith, and yeah, and Uncle Mike, Uncle baby brother, Uncle Bobby, wow, Uncle Sam, a lot of them, man, a lot, Aunt Janice, Ain't Sook. Ain't Lister. Ain't Pat. Ain't Cheryl. Ain't Tammy. Ain't Carolyn. That's a big family. That's a lot of siblings. A lot of kinfolk. Second cousins too. But we're talking about good things on this channel. ScrAp TV. We're doing it. And we'll start segmenting things. We got some more things coming up. The email list is definitely in play this week. Definitely check out the link in the description. Also in the bio. It is called deSz'e. You'll see all that information in there. And pull this right here. I'm gonna set that back up. Do what you say. Say what you mean. Because one thing leads to another. I like that song. I've always known that song, but I never really paid attention to that song. I know what it means. I know exactly what that song means, but it doesn't hit until you really examine yourself. Now I know why he's saying that. Because one thing will lead to another if you don't stand up for something. Do what you say and say what you mean. Or you be a spineless jellyfish going any direction the water current takes you. Oh, we're doing this now. Oh, we're doing that now, that part. So, it's up to you. It's up to you. So, practice a good mantra, good affirmations, be accountable. Yeah, I'm going to put all this in a list, and this is part of my champion program. I was told to do this almost 20-some years ago. 26 years ago. 28. They said you should call it the champion program. I'm like, wow. Books, seminars, and all that. Positive speaker. Motivational speaker. Heard it then. 30 years ago. Look at me now. Just coming into fruition. Life lessons. I had to learn. I had to have life lessons. Had to go through something. So that's it. Now I got a purpose for doing what I'm doing. I'm not just coming on here and lollygagging and playing. And I'm not doing that. I'm doing something good. And this is work. This is worth it. This is worth it, man. This is worth it. This is my book. These are the thoughts that I've had recorded on recorders and digital devices and tapes and CDs and DVDs and data cassettes and data disc and floppy disk. I've got ideas all over these things. Micro cassette machines. And hey, video cassettes. I got VHS with ideas on them. And I recorded on that because the quality was so good. So we're bringing that back as well. Bringing that back. That was a craze for a minute on YT. Was recording audio, hi-fi, from an audio source onto a VCR tape or a beta tape, and having high quality digital, somewhat, as well as analog converters going into that videotape. That was like a specialty of mine, to have that extra punch in the recording. I recorded some songs onto a videotape back then. I don't know, nobody told me to do that. This is before ADAC. So, but I knew it sounded better on that VHS at high speed, middle speed, but the low speed, the sound was just a little grainier. Man, Man, normal bias, low bias, high bias. There we are. We did it again. Did it again. Got 2 or 3 endings on this one. So there's some very good stuff. And that's my notes for myself. And that's for me, one to grow on. The more you know, right? All right, we'll see you on the next one. I'll be back at 5 o'clock this evening, and I am definitely doing it. Check that last video. That's me playing a montage. That is a Yamaha montage at Guitar Center. I've never played a montage, and I never played that particular music composition before. That's just what came to my fingers. And I played it. I kind of messed up a little bit just so you don't get a perfect loop of it. I did that on purpose because I already played it. I played it a little bit of it once, and I said, oh, I feel a song right in there. I feel a progression. So I did that, had the phone in this hand, and I was playing. Yeah. And you listen to the sound effects in the background. So that's it. I'm going to use that and resample it. Resample it and have me playing it the right way. Ooh, secrets of the game. Secrets of the game. I'm going to play it the right way. Have the background in there. Because the background is nice. And the piano playing is nice. But I know I can whoop it a little bit more on the end and the front part because I'm composing this as I'm holding the phone, and the second part wasn't in stone. The first riff is kind of there, but the second riff, I'm reaching for keys. I'm reaching for keys, and I've not played this. I know that it's not rehearsed, and I played that straight in. So I just want to give everybody and myself a shot at authentic originality and artwork too. I'm not just gonna give you some computer generated thing and say that's it. And I ain't did nothing to it. All I did was press the button and go. No. I hit the thing. Like that little bass machine. There's only so many programs you can do. That's why I always thought that bass synthesizer was limited. The TB303 from Roland, which Behringer remade. I'm gonna play with it. I'm not the happiest to mess with a little machine like that, but I'm gonna toy with it. Might gift it to someone else. That's kind of predictable. Maybe I can control a bass with another controller. Maybe there's some good sounds in there. Maybe they've got a way that you can change the sound palette because the sounds were basic back then. It was basic sounds. But anyway, we did it again. There it is. In your face. Swoosh. 3-point second. Robert Horry. Big shot Bob. From downtown. Oh, money, baby.